Hello, hello. For those of you who were waiting, if anyone was waiting, we apologize for the slight delay.
Thank you for waiting. It was my fault. I needed to unfreeze my car first, so it took a while. We have winter here in Croatia. It's starting at least here on north. So thank you for waiting. Today's topic is collaboration, and thank you, Edita, for collaborating with me and taking things over while I was unfreezing my car.
No worries. I'm freezing here as well. It's actually snowing, which is rare, but it's quite fun as well.
Okay. You didn't need to go outside, though.
Sorry, I heard you in the background from LinkedIn. Could you repeat what
Oh,
you
you're
just said?
listening to me from LinkedIn. Oh, that's great. So we are live on LinkedIn.
We are!
that is a great thing. Yeah, you didn't need to go outside. You saw the snow from the window, I presume.
Yes, and on my laptop, it notifies me what's happening in the
You
outside
you you
world.
don't even need to go to look out of the window. Okay.
Not at
Oh,
all.
the wonders of technology.
Yes. I can feel the cold, though. I have a little blanket that the viewers can't see.
Okay, yeah, it's not viewable. I'm as usual in my t-shirt, so inside it's warm, but outside it's -5 degrees. I'd say somewhere
Oh, wow.
something around that. So okay, we could start with our for example, with our collaboration. How are you happy until now, and maybe not today with our collaboration?
I'm actually happy with today as well because I knew you were going to turn up,
Oh,
right? It's not one of those situations where somebody is not there and you think, oh, are they sleeping? Are they ever going to come? And so forth. I knew that something was happening. You sent me a message. Therefore, it's just one of those things. So when it comes to trust and reliability, I think we have it.
yeah, and as usual, they'll have some technical issues from the start, so we resolved this also. It took a few minutes longer than it needed. Yeah. So thank you for your patience, and thank you all the viewers for your patience. That we came in the end.
Yes. If you are here, if you haven't abandoned us, please say hi in the comments so that we know that you're with us. All
Yes.
right. Well, you started our collaboration. You are the one to blame if people don't like the show. I will put the onus on you.
Okay. Okay. So if
Found
this
the wrong
show
person
is
to work with.
not really what you expected, it's the fault is on me because we started talking first. Why is this so? I like to see bigger pictures.
Ah, good
So
point.
how did we start? I tried to um, negotiate with you to start working with the video um, format
Format.
on LinkedIn. Before that, you we did make an audio format live show, and I just kept pushing for the video format because it has more viewers. There are zero viewers on audio format; they just listen. So this is one advantage of it. And in the end, you did say we could try at least. How did this experiment look out for you?
It was scary, I have to say. So it took me a bit of time to imagine it working in a way and then to take that leap. But again, we can go back to the trust that I mentioned. I did trust you to help me with it, and that helped for sure. And then, the audio events went well. So I saw no reason for this not to be fairly similar.
Yeah.
People are saying hi. People are listening. Hi, Tihana.
Hi, Tihana.
Hi, Anya.
Hi, Anya. Morning. Yeah, and I think the idea of collaboration was kind of cool because you teach English and people have problems. So uh, speaking in their not native language, not first language. Okay, I keep
It's fine.
mixing these
Both of
up.
these.
Okay, and the same fear and at least what they don't like to do is with showing up on video like here. So uh, I think we share the same anxieties and fears when people try to start talking in English and also showing up in video messages, live shows and such.
Right. And when you share the anxieties and fears, that means you're probably sharing your goals, which is to get rid of these or at least to learn how to live with them and make the best out of it.
Yes, exactly.
Shared goals are a good start.
Of course. So I think in these regards, collaboration should start at least with shared goals.
Yes, definitely. When it comes to business, then these goals should be fairly concrete. Um, I know that at the start we said that we're going to have fun with this, and we do. At least I hope you do.
I do.
I know I do.
I'd say I have much more fun than you do. At least when I'm texting a couple of minutes before the show needs to start. Oh, my car is still frozen. I'll be there in a couple of minutes.
You know what? At this point, it means a couple more minutes to have coffee, so we're good.
Okay.
But we also had a strategy of a sort, right? It wasn't like this 10-page plan, but we have an idea of an ideal audience and what we want to do. So that's something to recommend, definitely, because then you don't veer too far from what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes, we definitely didn't have a 10-page document. More of a one sentence idea. We should collaborate because it looks fun and, well, speaking in English and being in front of camera, it's kind of similar, right? So there's the
It
main
is.
idea in one sentence.
Yeah. Both are putting you on the spot.
Exactly.
And it can be quite nerve wracking.
Yeah. And other idea regarding the similar goals is to have more people being educated about the fears, at least in our case, and obstacles that you face when you start working with something new. So collaborating with both of us meant that we joined our um, audience, and more people could hear about one and other thing and see how similar it is.
Exactly. And I think there's a synergy there because some of them who maybe have already started speaking English, they might not be using video. Some might be using video but not speaking English. So these two things can work together. If you haven't started with one, maybe you've started with the other and you're halfway there in a way. So it works well together.
And if it's not scary enough to do one thing, do both of them at the same time. And this should be completely not scary and fun.
Absolutely. In our case, you also have two languages, right? We have a shared first language and a shared second language, which helps.
Okay.
I can see other
Oh, kind
people
of.
finding some sort of extension of their market in that way. If somebody speaks a third language, it could be a way to reach out to a third audience, for instance. Fourth, doesn't matter, can be. In our case, it's two, but it can be. even just one shared language.
Yes, of course, and that does make it also similar but different in each perspective, because at least I had some kind of fear on starting to really have a live show in English, because I didn't speak language English in public for quite a long time, and it was scary at first. It's still scary, and I hate to see this transcriptions later, because what I see is losing the words, creating new words in English. I don't know if this is a problem.
Absolutely not. I love new
Oh,
words.
absolutely no. Okay.
There's
Uh,
nothing better. Creating the language together.
it should be it should be publicly available though. So we hope that at least most of the public on the world will see our show and acknowledge these new words. Hi, Vishnya.
Hi, Vishnya. Good morning. Good luck with your haircut.
Oh, there's nothing better to wait at a hairdresser than watching a live show.
Absolutely. Especially if you have some new words that you can figure out from the context. Why
Yeah,
not?
like
It's
when you
collaborative language creation.
yes, and creating a new meaning for old words, like when I told my our last guest that he needs to excuse himself first, just to introduce himself. So yeah, so
Yeah, why
these
not?
were at least the challenges. I don't know how you see it from your side.
Well, from my side, obviously, video, the camera has been my enemy for quite a while, I'd say. Even though I've been teaching online and looking at myself in the camera during lessons, never thought of myself as a photogenic person or somebody who would appear well on camera, have a good stage presence in that sense. But I knew rationally that that shouldn't be important. But what we yap about here should be the main thing, the main focus of the show. So I try to put that aside, but it's not easy. It's not something that comes natural to me or something that I don't have anxiety over still.
Yes, and regarding this, I'd say the main thing that we need to uh, project here is what we say, and I mess it up all the time, and you seem not to care too much about it. So, about how you look on camera is much less important than that.
I think that your camera look adds to your stage presence for sure. The way that you set yourself up with your light and everything, I think it does make a difference. So I wouldn't say that it's unimportant. I'm just gonna
Okay,
say that, even though
so
I
it
mess it
comp.
up all the time, and you don't mind
Oh,
that my that all of the advice that you've given me, I tend to ignore.
yeah, the camera seems to slip down all the time, but who cares? So thank you for saying that my looks on camera compensates on my lack of English knowledge.
It adds a bit of something for sure. I think our viewers can tell when we're being serious or not. For instance,
Are we
um,
ever serious?
I'm always serious. I don't know what you're
Okay, I'm
talking
never
about.
serious. Okay, we could at least hear from our viewers, if they're still here, what their obstacles and collaborations they had or they have were, and what positive sides did they see in that. I think I always
Absolutely.
messing up whatever I say, but
No,
you
no,
you
that's
seem
not true.
so apologetic. I don't know.
It's what it is. This is what I hear
Yeah,
from my
like a good
students all the
teacher.
time.
Okay,
Yes,
you're somewhere there. Okay.
we understand each other. So that's 90% of the work done.
Yes.
Um, I wanted to mention Vishnya Železniak in the comments because she created a community, a course where we met each other. And for those of you who might not have an idea like who to collaborate with, what could I do? How could I extend my reach? Perhaps have a look around at the communities that you belong to already, or seek out new ones so that you connect with people and get these ideas on what could work.
Yes, and I'd say the idea of us collaborating together started from one of her what's
Challenges.
workshop challenges. Yeah, thank you, Vishnya, for that. And it's interesting to start with something that someone else suggested, and you didn't have idea until then, but then you start from small things, and it just grows into live show. At least for now. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Uh, we
Maybe
still
we'll
have
start.
plan to take over the world, but okay.
Yes, exactly. We'll start going to campuses, um, preaching to students. That's next.
At least for a while until we take over the world.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One step at a time. We don't want to spook people, Darko. We'll take it gradually.
Yeah, Google didn't want to do it anyway, so okay. We have a comment from Anya. If you could read it, please, Adita. I'll just
Sure.
mess it up.
Collaboration is never a bad idea, provided that both people are on the same page and have a clear vision. It also helps if they're on a similar level in terms of their businesses, audiences, etc. There's a lot more that goes into it, but I believe these are non negotiables. Do you agree with Anya?
I would say I lost her. Never a bad idea. So yeah, it's never a bad idea. Too many words here.
We're taking it easy this morning.
Yeah, I'm
But yeah.
thinking really slowly. So yeah, it's never a bad idea, and I like that part.
So you've never had a bad experience with collaborating with someone?
Mm, well, I'd say I did had some bad experiences, but you see it basically from the start that there are some red flags that other person doesn't see the things that you see or doesn't have as much put as much energy in it. So I saw it maybe even from a young age when playing in band that you see some band member that doesn't show up or when he shows up he didn't practice at all. So things like these.
Okay, having a band, that's excellent practice.
Yeah, when you're a teenager.
For sure. Oh, but this is where you form a lot of these experiences and opinions on what collaboration should be. So I think that's great prep. And we keep talking about, the importance of making mistakes, but this is also one of those things where if you try it enough, you will encounter people that will be different. It doesn't have to be some horrible negative thing, right? You just don't vibe, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
fit for one or the other reason. It doesn't have to be something big.
of
But this
course.
is a way to learn what you like and what are the non negotiables.
Yeah. What experience did you have before this one, at least? Which is, in
Hmm.
my eyes, bad from my side. But okay.
No, that's not true. Um, Business collaborations, I'm just starting on that. Even though it depends how far we want to stretch the definition, because I think, working with other people is collaboration and it can be something short term, just, asking a few questions can mean a lot. So, in that sense, I think I've been collaborating from the start because you can't do this on your own. You need advice of people who have more knowledge and experience than you do. And in that sense, I have a lot of positive experiences. But since you went back um, into your teenage years, I'd say, this is where most of my bad experiences are. Those group projects that I sometimes
Yeah,
made my students
because you
do.
learn when you're young, so later you know and avoid these bad collaborations, cooperations, whatever. And we do have a remark from Predrag: collaboration, cooperation, or coordination. So, as I'm not an expert in English, could you explain what the differences in these are?
I think they go together well. This morning we coordinated the time of the session, I guess, in a
Okay.
way. Um,
It was a one
we
way coordination because you waited.
Oh, well, that's part of it. Cooperation is part of collaboration. I'd say we have to do things together. So these are quite similar. It means that there are several people involved in the process. That's my way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Um, if we talk about cooperation, perhaps we can extend it to something like my students cooperate if they're active during lessons. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are collaborating and creating the lessons with me, for
Hmm.
instance, even though I would say that part is true as well most of the time.
Yeah. Okay. This makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, back to those early life experiences. I think this is where you understand what you want or need, and then later on you think it's intuition, but you actually have a pretty clear idea of what you want your business partners or partners in general to be like. One of them is having
Sorry, I needed to
dogs.
coordinate a bit here.
Having dogs is a green flag, for instance, right? If you know a person has several dogs or one dog, doesn't matter. It means that they
That there
probably
will be chaos.
well, that they're willing to walk them every day, which means that they have a sense of responsibility, and they care for others, or they have this idea that caring is important, perhaps. What would be
Yes,
your
of
non
course.
negotiables? What kind of things do you look for
Uh,
when
when
collaborating?
uh, when collaborating, well, apart from the one thing is I said about being together in a band, I realized the big thing is what you mentioned already is when you don't feel good with the person, you don't click with them, it's not going to work anyway. So you might be on the same page regarding the goals. You might think you want to do the same thing, but if you cannot stand each other, it's not going to work. So this is really something that you need to look out for.
Yeah, I agree. That's important. And this is the part where we get fairly neutral, right? Personalities, if they don't match, they don't match. It's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just a matter of maybe even taste in a way.
Yes, of course. So you need to be compatible with that other person. So it doesn't mean that this person is bad or they cannot collaborate with others, but just not with you,
Yes,
or
exactly.
you not with anyone else. It could be also a problem, but
So if you've tried to collaborate a dozen times,
yeah, it's not the others, it's you. Yeah. So
either
it's
that or you've
separated
been very
incident, then yeah, okay, you can try a few more times, but if it's that many times, it's probably the problem is in you.
Could be, could be. Maybe you're always looking for the same type of person as well. I guess that extends to some people's romantic relationships. Sometimes they have a pattern that they should break and maybe try with a different approach.
Yeah, and what do
Anya,
you think about romantic relationships as a collaboration?
I think it's an important part of romantic partnerships as well, to be honest. I don't want to make it sound too businesslike. In English, we say partners quite a lot for that, because boyfriend, girlfriend, once you're an adult, it sounds a bit off.
Yeah, okay,
So,
romantic partner, not business
yeah,
partner, but romantic partner.
exactly. But collaboration is part of any type of partnership. Even if we're talking about, I don't know, parent child relationships, you have to work together to build something. So it's definitely fairly similar, I'd say, in that sense. The only thing that's different is this, I think, clear vision and the same page. I think that that's a bit wider when it comes to these relationships, right? Because you have your own lives, your own businesses, so some things might be more separate than in something more practical like a business relationship.
Yes, yeah, of course. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You started
You
to say
know,
something with Anya.
I was going to, yeah, refer back to her comment about a similar level in terms of their businesses, audiences, etc. So, do you think that when you're collaborating with someone, your businesses sort of need to be at a similar level as well?
Well, I wouldn't say it that way because you don't really need to be on the same level. Like I'd say some of the big companies, the largest ones, like let's say Coca-Cola, collaborates with smaller either marketing agencies and different vendors who sell their drinks. So I don't think they don't basically have many other businesses that are on the same level that they could collaborate, but they do still collaborate a lot, especially if it's, for example, in local markets. So it's a big difference.
Hmm. Yeah, I think when we talk about perhaps solopreneurs, people like us, people running small businesses, maybe that's more of the case, even though I'd say that, having more experience um, can sometimes put you in a position of a kind of a mentor to someone, which can be fairly, nice to feel that you're helping someone grow. But at the same time, somebody who is new on the market might give you some fresh ideas or a different perspective. So I think that we can play around with that. Depends what the project is, I guess.
Yes. So I'd say it depends. Most of the collaborations are, yes, basically on the same level, but it could be also otherwise. And Nenad says it's best collab is everything. So he's collaborating with one of the big companies in the world,
Hmm. Sure.
HubSpot. So as a solopreneur, he's still able to collaborate with them. Okay, and before we end, because we're at our 30 minutes somewhere around here, we do have a special part of. Uh, we will have this every episode or not?
Well, if people comment.
Wow. So we tried on our LinkedIn page to create some additional content, so you can comment there not only during the show but also in the meantime. And we have a comment of the week section in this episode. So please, Rita, if you could introduce it.
For sure. Our Tina Ribaric wrote that she voted local business alliances as part of our poll on business collaborations. But she wouldn't say that these were exactly alliances, more like partnerships and collaborations. Alliance sounds a bit serious and formal, which is not applicable to her case. Interestingly, all of those collaborations, or at least vast majority of them, were quite accidental. So alliance might not be the word for us small entrepreneurs. It might sound a bit too serious, and that's understandable. But either way, um, collaborations can happen fairly organically. In our case, then there are not a lot of stakeholders. The decision to create a partnership is mostly ours, right? So things happen more quickly, I'd say, which is an advantage, perhaps.
Yes. Thank you, Tina, for this comment. And I'd say also alliances, well, they could be structured with some agreements and additional paperwork. So yeah, maybe it's some for some bigger companies or at least collaborations.
Hmm. For sure.
So
And
yeah,
Tina elaborated on this later on, saying that she had very good experiences and that she mostly collaborated with people she considered friends in some way that she connected with previously. And, that's a good place to start. People that you actually like and that could bring joy to your business, because sometimes it can be a lonely and a difficult process.
yes, and you like to be with these people, talk with them. So yeah, this is one of the prerequisites to at least be compatible and click with them, to be able to work together.
Exactly. So if it fails, it's much easier than to have a laugh together and, find the lessons in it and carry on.
Exactly.
All right.
Should we
Will
wrap it
you
up
wrap it up?
for today?
Yes, you go, Darko.
Please do. Well, oh no, you do, please. The ladies first, last.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Thank you all for listening and cooperating with your comments and collaborating with creating this show. I hope, Vishnya, you're already done with your haircut and happy with the final result. And for the rest of you, I hope you're not freezing. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves. And go find somebody to collaborate with.
Great advice. Thank you, Anita. Thank you all, and bye. Have a great day.
Bye bye.